Hey, so just heads up for this video, I'm gonna be using this guy to talk because I am very sick and I don't feel like showing my face today. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I'm sure you've already read the title, so we're going to get right into it. But first, let me make one ground rule. I'm only allowed to add or change one ability. So, for instance, I can change Punisher's turret, but I can't also change his shotgun. I'll try not to make any boring changes like just increasing damage to an ability because, well, if I do, I probably just couldn't think of anything else. And with that being said, let's go. So originally, I had this whole thing where I was going to joke about how they should give Adam flying, but while making this video, Season 6.5 dropped, and he can fly the exact way I wrote it. So, instead, I've decided that when Adam revives people, they will come back with full health and bonus health, since they already massively buffed him with the flying. When researching characters for this video, I had a very hard time dealing with characters that are just good, have a solid kit in the game, and Angela is one of those cases. But eventually, I decided to remove her cooldown for Divine Judgment, her slam down move. Now, you may think this is tame, not that much, but you gotta know that every single time she slams it down, she adds another Divine Judgment zone. So with all that damage stacking, I think that'd be pretty good. In Marvel Rivals, Black Panther has a really tough time since so many characters counter him. So I thought, to combat this, when his ability Vibranium Armor activates, it will not only give him 100 bonus health, but also make him CC immune for a short while. That way characters like Thing won't be able to shut down Black Panther's entire kit just by slamming his fist on the ground. Ah, yes, Miss Vibes herself. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't do it. I don't think it is possible in any way to make Black Widow OP by just changing one thing. I don't think it's possible. So I did two things. One, she can one-shot headshot people. Okay? No mantis required. And two, her third melee with her batons, those stun. That sounds she needs it. She needs it. This is the worst character in the game. I tried so hard. I only have a few clips of me doing well. It is so she's so bad. She's so bad. I couldn't do anything else. Blade has always had an identity crisis in the game, but now he'll be a true vampire, since when he's in his vampiric state, he will attack only regular health and just ignore bonus health. Finally, my boy will be an S tier. Bruce Banner? More like Bruce Banner. I need to work on my jokes. Anyways, for Bruce Banner, when he turns into Monster Hulk, he will stay like that forever. At least until someone kills him. But good luck doing that. Good old Cap. The change I gave him could honestly just be seen as fixing the character, but I digress. It is to make his shield unbreakable. So now he can stall point for longer and be an actual tank, instead of just hopping around all the time like a bunny rabbit with red, white, and blue. Cloak and Dagger is an interesting case since they're two different characters but playable as one, so I just decided to change both of their wave moves. So for Cloak, he can phase any of his teammates, and then for Dagger, she can shoot a wave that will cleanse any status condition. Now you may be wondering, how in the world am I going to make Daredevil even more broken? Well, do I have just the thing for you. I made it so that every single time he tags someone with Sonic Pursuit, he gains all of his fury back. Not one, all of his fury. So if you thought he was hard to kill now, well then you just wait. Deadpool was one of the reasons I made this video, honestly. Just because the idea for his was so simple. I mean, just combine every single role into one, and then bam, you have an extremely broken character. I feel like for Doctor Strange, you could really do anything with him. I mean, he's magic. Magic does basically anything you want. But I had an idea originally, but then I moved it to Ultron. It'll make sense later. But for now, I just turned his Maelstrom of Madness into a burst of anti-heal. So everyone around him gets affected by anti-heal. That's fun. For Emma Frost, I gave her a change that most of y'all probably saw coming, and it would be that she just doesn't have a cooldown on her diamond form anymore. And this isn't just for defensive purposes. I mean, you could do some weird offensive stuff like this. I mean, that's ridiculous. It looks like freaking chain grabbing from Smash Brawl.
Never falls!
He blows you up. Groot was another character that was extremely easy to make a change for, because all you have to do is make his walls invincible, and then he's just CC immune forever. You can block off corridors forever. Maybe now he can finally deal with all those pesky Wolverine players. When you play Hawkeye, it takes forever to shoot your bow. You need to draw it back, let your passive go to work, all of that to get that headshot. Well, now with the change, all you have to do is press the button once, and then boom! Dead, 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 dead. Hello was an interesting case since the change that was made was simple yet interesting, I would say. So basically, when you use her primary, it shoots like this. But with the change, if you shoot around there, it will hit. So we just made her projectiles bigger. Yep. Ever since Johnny Storm came out, he's never particularly been good except for that one flying meta. But now, he can finally be the Human Torch. Every single time he enters his flame body, he gets regenerative health and bonus health. Because, like he burns the damage off. Yeah. Sue Storm, being arguably the most powerful Fantastic Four member, really does show in Marvel Rivals. She's an incredible healer. But there's always something that bugged me, and it was with her ultimate. So now, her ultimate acts as a actual force field and blocks any incoming damage and lets those pesky enemies out as well. Since Iron Fist is my second most played character, I can personally tell you that he seriously needs some buffs. So, every single time he strikes people with his primary, it will be like a amplified chi absorption. Every single strike gives him 25 health. And if he's already full health, then he'll just get bonus health. Have you ever played Iron Man and you are having fun, having the time of your life, but then all of a sudden, a pesky Hella player shoots you down? Well, have no fear, because with this update, every single time he enters his armor overdrive, he gets a nice projectile bubble like Magneto's or Black Panther's, so he can stay up there and shoot forever. Let me ask you something. What is the most annoying thing about Jeff? Well, I can't actually hear your answer, but personally, I would say getting swallowed. So now, every single time he uses his melee attack, he will swallow people. It'll go a little something like this.
Double KO!
When coming up with changes for Loki, you would probably assume maybe more clones or healing. Yes, more clones. That one was right. Yep. Look how fun this is, right? Doesn't that look fun? Facing an army of Lokis. Woo! Here's another question for you. What is Luna Snow's most annoying move? Obviously, it's the ice ball, snowball, the freezing ball. Well, what if we give it to her ice up primary? Wouldn't that be fun? Freeze! 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 You see what I mean? Wouldn't that be fun to fight against? I was having a hard time finding a change for Magic, so I got my friend who mains Magic to give me a change. And all they said was give her an animation cancel for her dash. So, her bread and butter. Well, this is it without the cancel. And this is with the cancel. Pretty big difference. To be honest, Magneto's kit has always felt pretty basic. So I thought, why not give him an actual magnet ability and let him throw around metallic stuff? Like Ultron Iron Man, he can just throw them around. But what's cool is that if you shoot his primary, and then you can throw them around because you've attached metal to them. Oh, sorry. For Mantis's change, we've made it so that her sleep lasts forever. You can't destroy it. It's just there. After looking through Mr. Fantastic's kit, I started to realize something. He really doesn't have any movement. So, for the change, he will be able to turn it into a bouncy ball and just bounce around. For Moon Knight, I took inspiration from the art book, where he was able to drain enemies. So it'll be able to heal himself, maybe take away some cooldowns. Who knows? Are you tired of dealing with Namor and his annoying squids? Well, guess what? I don't care, because not only is he getting more squids, but those squids are going to be his past team-up squids. So the ice squid, the gamma squid, it's all here. Penny is at her best when she's able to hunker down and secure an area with her mines and webs. Well, now, the little tiny webs she makes with her CC ability and her movement ability, those will be the same size as her bigger web. So now she can more than cover the entirety of a domination point. Phoenix was another easy one to give changes to, because I just made it where every single time she uses her primary, the enemy explodes. And then another explosion will lead to another explosion. And it's just explosions all around. I hear a lot of complaints about Psylocke just being an ult farmer. Well, guess what? Now she's an ult farmer even more, because all of her abilities will contribute to her ult charge by 75% more. Have fun! Arguably, the best reason to choose Rocket is because of his respawn beacon. So, why not just give him more than one respawn beacon? Now he can just respawn an entire team. In the comics, Rogue doesn't just absorb abilities, she actually takes them from whoever she touches. So, why not implement it into the game? So every single time she uses her ability to absorb, it permanently removes the ability from that enemy. At least until she dies. But I guess that means for the people she can't absorb, they just get off scot-free. I would definitely say that Scarlet Witch's stun is by far the most annoying thing about her kit. So, why not let her shoot more than one? Why not as many as she wants? She's the Scarlet Witch after all. She's like super powerful, I think. For Spider-Man, I took some inspiration from his PS4 game. You know, like the trip mine web thing. I'll show it on screen. But basically, every single time you hit two people with a web cluster, you have the option to connect them. And once they're connected, you can pull both of them. So now he can pull two people off the map at once. Squirrel Girl hitting aside, I think her most annoying ability is her acorn blockade stun thing. Now, you might not know this because Marvel Rivals is a very fast-paced game, but every single time she uses it, little squirrels are holding little sticks. So every single time she uses it, those squirrels will stab you. A lot. For Star-Lord, I'm going to be taking inspiration from Infinity War, where he had that trap in that one scene. So basically, he'll just be able to throw it down, someone gets trapped, and then Star-Lord can just unload all over them. Storm was another interesting character to think of a change for, because she has so many weather-based abilities, but this is making characters overpowered, not being accurate to their source material. So every single time she calls down that lightning strike you see right now, it stuns them. Every single time. Punisher was a very easy one. All I had to do was just give him the ricochet bullets they gave him in Marvel Zombies. The Thing is a very anti-dive tank, but he's not really used for much else. Very bad at solo tanking, in fact. So I thought, why not give him a shield? Every single time he punches his ground with his haymaker, he'll create a stone wall that'll come out of the ground. That'll block projectiles, physical attacks, any of that jazz. Did you know that the human body can be used as a conductor for electricity? That was my thought process when coming up with the change for Thor. Every single time he turns on his awakening rune, his lightning will bounce around through each enemy like Moon Knight's onks. Now they'll all be
Get ready to feel the thunder!
For Ultron, I gave him something a little more hacky feeling. I guess it's basically just Sombra's ability, but it's to attach a drone to an enemy and then their abilities will be disabled for however long you want, at least if you're in range. I thought it'd be really cool if Venom's cellular corrosion, when hit, it will increase the enemy's cooldowns on their abilities. So let's say the Winter Soldier's, uppercut, its cooldown is 11 seconds. Well, once hit with cellular corrosion, it'll be 13 seconds or 15 seconds. It'd be really funny if you gave the Winter Soldier Cloak and Dagger's aimbot. And finally, Wolverine. I thought to make his tank killing job easier, every single time he uses Vicious Rampage or his X-Cross / move, he causes bleeding or, just slight damage over time. And with that being said, I want to thank everyone that has stuck it around to the end. This took a lot longer than expected, obviously, because I first was making this on Valentine's Day. But yeah, it had a good time making it, and I hope you had a good time watching it. And if new characters come out and you want to see how they can be overpowered as well, I'll be sure to make some. And with that being said, thank you. Bye-bye.